facing the long edges of our mats, we're going to open our legs wide out to the side. We're going to take same hand as leg, either side, and reach out sideways towards your foot. If you only make it to your shin or ankle, that's fine, but really think of length through the side body. Take the opposite hand and lift it straight up towards the sky and exhale it over to or towards your toes. Think about spinning up your chest towards the sky or the ceiling. You should feel a nice elongation through your side body, which will really help with a tight low back. Inhale to come all the way up, nice and tall. Take your opposite hand and same hand as leg. Reach over. Inhale to grow tall, and exhale to drop the opposite hand to or toward the foot. Same thing, spin the chest upwards towards the sky or ceiling. Feel a nice long stretch through the side body. Inhale to come all the way up, reach up towards the sky, look up towards your thumbs. Exhale, release your hands down. If you need to bend your knees and shake them out, that's fine. Next, we're going to do same, but a little bit different. We're going to, this time, put our same hand as leg inside the inner thigh with your elbow and push open with your hand. Spin upwards and exhale over. This should give you a little extra opening with your chest towards the sky. Feel a really nice stretch through the side body. As you exhale, maybe you feel yourself sinking down in and feel like you want to snuggle more towards your tricep or your shoulder in towards the inner thigh. Keep working on spinning your chest up towards the sky. Inhale to come all the way up to center. Exhale. Same thing on the other side. So get your elbow in towards the inner thigh and push your hand out with the opposite thigh. Reach up and over with the opposite arm to foot. Spinning your chest open towards the ceiling. You can keep your feet active by keeping them flexed. And try to relax into your side body. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, release your hands down. Using your hands underneath the backs of your knees, draw your legs in and together to a seat. Come to all fours, hands and knees facing the top edge of your mat. Shoulders should stack over wrists and hands should grip into the ground. Hips should stack over knees, and you should be shoulder width apart with your hands and hip width apart with your knees. You can have your toes tucked or untucked, whichever you prefer. We're going to do 4 rounds of cat-cow. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, round in. Really think about puffing up through your shoulders and broadening that space, hollowing out through your stomach by pulling your belly button up and in. And inhale up into cow. Broaden across your shoulder bones. Feel the nice stretch through your abs. And now take 3 in your own time. Exhale into cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. way back to a seated position. Facing the long edges of our mats, we're going to open our legs wide out to the sides, and using blocks if you need to support yourself, you're going to twist your hands so that they're framing either side of your knee, and you're going to work on engaging and lifting that leg. Try to keep a flat spine as much as you can. 1, 2, 3, lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. So you can see I am not the greatest at that. Spin around to the opposite side. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. 1, 2, 3, lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Maybe give your thighs a little massage there. Draw your knees in to a full seated position. Find your way onto your back and draw your knees into your chest. Give them a nice hug, sway back and forth if that feels good. We're going to find happy baby pose. So, keeping your entire spine flat on the ground with hips down, not lifted up. Draw your hips down and work on drawing your knees in towards your chest and 90-degree angle with your shins. Take a few breaths here. Bend and straighten the legs if that feels good. You can have your arms on the insides of your knees, pushing your knees wider, or on the outsides of your knees, pulling your legs apart. Whatever feels good, experiment with it. Whole time keeping your entire back flat to the ground. Draw your knees back into your chest for a hug. And come on out when you're ready. Next up we have yogi squat or malasana. You can do this facing whichever direction feels comfortable for you. Maybe you have a better view facing one direction or the other, but we're going to work in towards our hips, getting our hands on the insides of our knees, and you can have your hands clasped, move them up and down. You can have fists and move them up and down, create a little more space there. Try to keep your back as tall and straight as possible. This is not the greatest place to be, but work on keeping your spine nice and flat and straight. Work on engaging and drawing your sit bones towards one another and relaxing them down. See how that feels. Work on using your outer glutes to pull your legs apart and relax. See how that feels. Sway back and forth. The whole time working on a nice tall spine. And come out whenever you're ready. Another great thing for your low back is some gentle twists. So find your way onto your back. You can pile your knees into your chest for a hug if you like. Want them both in about halfway up. And you're going to take them both to the same side, keeping your shoulders both glued to the ground. And drop them to one side. Opposite shoulder is going to want to lift up. Make sure that you keep that down. Now, you can keep your hand on your knee. You can drop it out to the side. If you want a little extra rotation, you can turn your head to the opposite side of your knees. And just breathe. Thinking about keeping that opposite shoulder glued down to the ground. Inhale, come back up to center. Hug your knees in if you'd like. And let them out about halfway. And drop them to the opposite side. You want to keep this even, so whatever you did on the first side, do on the second side. So if that's holding your knees down or letting your arms spread, just work on making sure that your opposite shoulder stays glued down. The twist is more important than getting your knees down to the ground. You can use a block to support yourself here if that feels good. Inhale back up to center, give yourself a hug, and come on out when you're ready.